The first option we will go over for organizing your modules is to just have one module for all your code. There are a lot of benefits to using this strategy. First, it's the simplest option by far. You don't have to worry about relationships between modules. You don't have to worry about how your module organization reflects the organization of your files and folders, and you still only need to deliver the code you want running in the browser. The drawbacks to this method is that if you have code that you are sharing amongst several applications, then they all need to have the same module name. Also, delivering code as a third party or publishing it to the open source community is not really a possibility. Surprisingly, you'd think that there are lots of drawbacks to an organization method that is so unsophisticated, but honestly, there are very few. If you are creating code for only one application and never intend to publish or share any of that code, then this is a great strategy to use. The next strategy is to use exactly two modules, one for code custom to the current application, and one for any shared code. The benefits here again are simplicity, although it's not as simple as the last one. The drawbacks are mostly around slightly increased complexity and some rigidity when sharing or publishing code. Knowing which code goes in which module can sometimes get tricky, otherwise it's fairly straightforward. This strategy works best if you will be building multiple applications that may share some code, or if you intend to publish a portion of your code to third parties, or you plan to open source it, say a library of widgets. The last strategy we will discuss is the basic multiple module strategy. In this module, we have a main module with several submodules. The main module may or may not have any actual objects in it. It might just be a collection of submodules. The actual Angular project is a good example of this method. They deliver the ng module as their main module, but there are several submodules that you have to add if you want the additional functionality, such as the ng resource and ng route model. The 1.2 release of Angular saw them add several new modules to Angular, often taking functionality that used to be part of Angular and splitting it out into its own module. The benefits of using this method are that you have tons of organization for your code. Modules become an extra way to organize and deliver just the parts of your application that you want to deliver. Another benefit of this method is that it is possible that in the future, Angular will make modules a stronger piece of the puzzle and possibly allow for namespacing with modules. If this happens, then you are already set for the benefits of multiple modules. The drawbacks of this strategy all revolve around the increased complexity of managing those different modules. It is also desirable to combine all code for one module into a single JS file for delivery or publication. This means that your build system will have to be more complex as well. These issues aren't trivial in JavaScript, so keep that in mind if you choose this organization method. In summary, this method makes tons of sense if you are delivering code to third parties. They will appreciate only having to incorporate the code they need. Let's have a brief quiz. Using only one module is clearly the best method. True or false? That is false. The different methods for organizing modules all have a lot of pros and cons, so which one is best is not obvious. Sharing code is easiest with more than one module. True or false? This is true. With multiple modules, your main module cannot contain any objects. True or false? This is false. When using multiple modules, your main module may or may not include objects. This really depends on how it makes sense to you and your application.